I just had a crazy session with one of my mentorship program people, and I haven't had a session like this in a really long time. It was really cool. So Paula is the person I worked with today, and she used my healing years ago when she first found me, the please allow Kat to take my pain and mend my body, connected to her right knee because her right knee was messed up. And it worked. And I told her how the way that healing is set up, it has all the stuff that I have coded in it. So if I've done it before, I'll be able to fragment over, and that healing will be coded in that, and it can help people with what they need. Now, if it doesn't work, then I work with them individually, and it's something I've never done before. So it's always, I don't know, that's just kind of how it's coded. My phone just keeps like shutting off. It's really weird. So anyway, her knee is fine, but she wanted to look at what it is to find out like what happened to it, like what's the root behind it. And I was like, yeah, that sounds great. So we went to the most impactful point she could heal about her knee, and I become the person, and I was merging into this like gel, kind of like those foot pad gel things that are in shoes. And it was a mold, so it wasn't wet, it wasn't cold, it wasn't sticky, it was just a mold, and I was going back into it. And I have already worked with Paula before, and so has Kate, and we saw that she's part of, because we're all co-creators. All of us are. We're all co-creator gods. Everybody watching this is, everybody, doesn't matter who you are. And we had seen before that Paula helps create matter. And it looked like her mold had a fragment in it that made a deformity in her knee. And so I was like, okay, so Paula, put your mold back to balance, divine working order. And I felt it go. And then we looked into it further, and she had a front mold, but the front mold was fine. It was the back mold that had the crack. So I was like, all right, well, let's figure out this, like, what is this mold stuff? And I was like, do I have a mold? And I said, Spirit, please show me my mold. And I went right in, and I was like, huh. And then I was like, does Kate have a mold? And I said, Spirit, if it's in the highest good of their soul consents and team allows, please show me Kate's mold. She had one. And I was like, weird. Okay. And Paula and I were trying to figure this out. And then I said, let me see Casey Ray's mold, because Casey Ray's 5, so she's still little. Went in, and it was an adult form mold. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like, what does this mean? And you know, there's all those cutesy phrases like God broke the mold when he made you kind of shit. But like, it looks like there's molds, like actual molds for our physical things. But I know in past lives, we don't look like we look today. It looks different. And I was trying to piece it all together, and I was like, I don't quite understand, because I hadn't seen this before. So we asked to go back before the mold was created. And when we did, because I've turned into Paula, I felt like matter, like a goopy form of matter, like a glump, like silly putty. And we had to make the mold. And I was like, okay, Paula, how do you make a mold? And she's like, well, I mean, you would take like 2 things of concrete together, and then you would pour the plaster in or whatever. And I said, okay, but yours was gel. It was like a gel. So she poured in the correct thing to make her Paula mold, and she made it. And I was like, we're going back to when you created the molds. Wow. So then after Paula made her mold and poured her Paula-ness in there, she did, with soul's consent and teams allow, create a mold for every physical thing on our planet or any other planet conducive to what is needed. And then she had to code it, because some people have allergens to certain things. So we had to code it to use like silicone for some people, this gel stuff for some people, like make the mold conducive. And then we also had to encode the mold with the biometrics and the DNA from the parental units into each physical form conducive to their life on a physical place. Yeah, that was a lot. But it really was super fucking cool. Here, go see your mold. Go feel yourself. Go into it. See what we're talking about. And then, of course, you can undo anything that we did that we shouldn't have done or you didn't want done. Or if you want to adapt it or change it, you can do that as well. There you go. I just thought it was really cool and I wanted to share. Okay, bye.